What is good? So in this episode, I'm talking to my homie Vail, and Vail and I actually went to school together. We went to college together, and in this conversation, we're talking about his upbringing, the importance of being an unapologetic black person, as well as the moves that he's making within entertainment and his music. This is a person I respect a lot and look up to because 6 years ago, when I was just that nerdy college kid that I didn't know what I was doing, he gave me the criticism and the push that I needed at the time to get to where I am today. So I hope you enjoy this episode, and let me know what you think. Welcome to the Black Pantheon, where I sit down with creators, innovators, and entrepreneurs and listen to their stories through a cultural lens. I'm Abram Schaefer, a content creator and musician, creating captivating pieces of content that push intentionality and going beyond the norm. This video series is meant to inspire, push new ideas, and dive into the minds of great people. All right, cool. So I'm here with my dude Vale. Um, we have some history, dude, but for people who don't know you, just give us a quick recap of who you are, what you do, things of that nature.
For sure, man. You know what I'm saying? As my man said, man, I'm Vail. You feel me? We go back a while, college days. Um, as far as everything we do, man, we do everything. Shit. Self-sufficient system. We do the video editing, we do the recording, we touch in on mix and mastering. So anything really entertainment, anything ENT, anything that would stand for, we do that over here. So that's just how we get down, man.
Dude, I love that. I love that. So, I'm interested in your background. Like, how'd you get to where you are now with either music, recording? Like, I'm interested in all that.
Getting to where I got to now it took a lot of moving. It took a lot of moving. Like, I mean, state to state. At one point I was in Missouri, another point I was in Texas, one point I was in California, North Carolina, and now I'm all the way out here in VA. So just moving around all that much and not securing, I would say, a permanent circle of people to work with all the time is going to force you to become self-sufficient. So in order to put anything out or in order to get any motherfucking ball rolling, you know what I'm saying, I had to become dependent on myself. So with all the moving is really what influenced me to even be in this position I am now.
Yeah. So what was the cause of all that moving? Were you just like, were you in a creative space where like, okay, dang, I'm getting kind of burnt out, I need to move? Or, was it other dreams that you had that you could think, okay, if I move to this state, it'll probably help with that dream? Like, what was that?
For real, as terms of creative wise, it had nothing to do with creative. It came with, internal issues. So really I was running from myself.
Yeah.
I was running from any idea or thought that sat with me that told me I wasn't good enough. So to me, if that means move to another city, go to another city. If that means start a new identity, as in like start over fresh somewhere, that means start over fresh somewhere. Because I was just so afraid to sit with myself outside of music as a person. Music I can run and get away, but you ain't doing music all the time. You ain't working all the time. So that in between time when I had to really sit with myself, it was a scary process and a scary feeling. So I was just continuously on the run just to not sit with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, damn, that's deep because like I feel like especially as creatives like we are, like it's easy to run to your dream or run to your passion as a way of escape. But like you not as you said, you're not working all the time. So you gotta sit with yourself and like that's when the emotions really come in, like, am I actually happy with myself? Or am I gonna like try
Mm-hmm.
to run away? So no, that's like an amazing point, dude. So I've always admired you on your ability to make a decision and stick with it and don't care what anybody else think about it. So,
Mm-hmm.
did that come from your family? Did that come from just you building your craft over time, the people you're hanging around with? Like, where did that come from?
That really came from, just being able to make a decision and move on it. I would say it just came from growing up where I grew up at in St. Louis. It's not the best place. In terms of safety, it's very hostile. So growing up, I seen a lot of people make a lot of quick decisions. You couldn't sit on your ass. You can't sit and think too much. You can't sit and be like, okay, what does this person think? Or what does that person think? I seen everybody in my life think 5 seconds and bust a move. And it was really about themselves. So whatever they found was best for them. So I seen a lot of people doing a lot of things that fuck no, nobody liked it. No one around them liked, but they liked it themselves, and they was able to find success in whatever decision they made. So growing up and seeing a lot of quick, for sure decisions really influenced me. Like, okay, in order for me to fulfill myself and do what I need to do, I got to do the same exact thing. I can't wait. I can't. I can't think about somebody else's thoughts and opinions on how I'm gonna feel at the end of the day. I just got to make a move. So that really pushed towards being able to make a decision, think about others, but that's all it is. It's just a thought. And
Yeah.
that don't mean fuck anybody around me. That just means like I care about you, but I gotta care about me lastly and first and foremost. So that really pushed that envelope right there.
So did that like transfer into your craft? Like with you like rapping and creating music, was like I make a decision on the spot. This is how I feel about it, and I'm gonna run
Mm-hmm.
with it. Like did
Most
it?
definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Especially when it comes to like working with people, working with different engineers, and when you move a lot, you work with so many different faces, so many different styles, and everybody got opinions. I want you to do this, or I think you should do this, and I think you should do that. I had to make sure I was super secure in myself. So if I came and I told somebody like, yo, I want this ad lib put here, I want this. I hear what they saying, you know what I'm saying? I hear what you're saying, but at the end of the day, it's like, my nigga, I just told you what I want. Like, and I'm a roll with it. Like, I'm gonna trust myself first because I gotta sit with it last before anybody that touches your music, they sit with you for the moment. My music gotta sit with me forever. Anytime I put the next person on to anything I'm doing, I gotta show them. When someone asks me what you got, I have to show them. And so I have to sit comfortable with what I want to do, what I want to put out, and what I want to get in the world. So it definitely influences when I go into meetings or when I go into work sessions, and I let people know like how I plan on, running the style of where I'm going with this vibe or where I'm going with that vibe.
Yeah.
And it always creates a decision I'm never upset with at the end of the day. I've made decisions I've been upset with, but I would rather not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Now
for
that's
sure.
like that's a good point. It's like that's something I've been learning. It's like everybody gonna have their opinions, but at the end of the day, I gotta
Mm-hmm.
sit with what I create. Like you in there
Mm-hmm.
for a moment. So um like I have sometimes I have a hard time with like collaborating with my content or like my
Mm-hmm.
music or whatever like that, because yeah, you might have your opinion, but if it don't, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna take in your opinion just to appease you for that time,
Right.
because I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna scratch it like, nah, it didn't make no sense. But
Thanks.
that's one thing I love. Like when you and I first met, you were so unapologetic, like
Yeah.
with this is what I want, this is how we're gonna do it. Mind you, like I've never been in that type of environment or with the artist before, so I know like when we would have those studio sessions, I used to be like all frantic, like, and also this when I started, like my beats were trash. So, but I'm, knowing that we met in college, I'm interested how you got to Northwest. Like, out of all schools, Northwest was, yeah,
um, in terms of how I got to Northwest, one real quick was divine timing. Period. It has to be divine timing in anything that I do.
yeah,
I believe we're all on divine timing, but as far as decision making go, I used to play football. You know, I was one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm in school to ball. I'm not here to get no grades. I'm not here to study nobody. I'm not here to do none of that. And I wanted to go Division 1,
yeah,
but with the things that went on in my life right after graduating, and I had to do an extra in high school. When I finally got around to putting those pieces together and learning, like, okay, this is how I get in college and everything like that. I was 21 years old.
yeah,
You can't go D1 at 21. You can't play Division 1 sports and be 21 coming in as a freshman.
yeah,
So the next best option for me was Division 2. Nothing wrong with Division 2. Every competition has level, but me personally, I want to go be with the best of the best guys. I want to be with the best coaching staff. I want to be with the most winningest guys. I want to go somewhere where the mentality is high. So when I come in, it's going to force me to be better. I like to be around people that make me better. So searching for that, I found Northwest. I was like, okay, they've been to this many national D2 championships back to back to back. Their record is nasty. You know what I mean? Like they got a good program going on. So when I seen Northwest Missouri, I didn't see the college. I seen the success of the sport that I was participating in. So that really led me there. Because I'm like, yo, I ain't no fucking loser. I did a lot of losing in high school, you know what I mean? Being with the guys I've been with. So I was looking to win, and that was the best winning situation I could find.
That is dope. So with that being in college, being in Northwest, I know it's a totally different environment than St. Louis.
For
Um,
sure.
so like I know when I met you, you were like the first like real black person that I met, especially in the dorm that we lived in, because it was all white
Yeah.
people. So like tell me, your journey throughout Northwest and like what you learned with your time there. Um, to up to you, leaving and going, making your moves other places and things like that. But I'm interested in that time. What you learn?
At Northwest, what I really learned was to follow my heart in the biggest way possible, in that, you know, everything has its time. So when I got there, I did the football thing. Um, I talked to the coaches. It was a struggle talking to the coaches. Oh my fucking God, it was a struggle getting a hold of these guys. They had coaching changes going on. I could have made it. They tried to force me to work out. And in my head, I'm like, yo, this is fucking D2. I'm not fucking working out for you. I got better stats than the guys that you were recruiting. Y'all recruiting guys that left that season on 10 tackles, 10 receptions. So I was just like, yo, I'm not doing that. But what I learned through it all was I seen different doors opening up. And one of those doors, I met you. Um, and you came with all this energy for a love of music. I love music. I've been doing music since I was a kid, no matter the football situation. So I was just learning that everything had a place and time. And I found out, like, I love football to the death. I couldn't see anything outside of football, but I learned it served its purpose. You know what I mean? I grew up in football, so it kept me out the street. It kept me away from certain type of people. It kept me away from a certain vibe and a certain environment. And yes, I could have went there and did what I had to do to make that shit work. But as how would I say, as the goal became a little more strenuous, I seen the music side of me open up. And I went from, I should go work out, to I sat on a computer to do video editing. Next thing you know, it's 6 o'clock the next morning. I didn't touch homework. I didn't do nothing. And that time flew by. It flew by. But I loved every second of it.
Yeah.
And it really helped me discover the true passion I have for music. And so it helped me put everything into perspective. Like, football did what it did at the end of the day. It got me there. It got me in a place where, it's like you said, it's not a lot of people there. It's not a lot of trouble there. It's not a lot of true Black people there. It's not a lot of the community really there. So it put me in a zone where it helped me focus. It helped me get comfortable with what's next, the next thing to do. So while everybody's in college like, oh, I need to find out what class I got to, I'm in that bitch like, okay, I'm finding out what I'm really good at. I'm finding out I'm really nice with this video editing. I'm finding out I can learn a lot of things on my own, especially like you said, to me, we were damn near roommates. We were in separate rooms,
No, for
but we were
real.
roommates. You know what I mean? I'm in your room or you're in my room, we're playing the game, but we're always creating. And so just learning the place and time. And that just helped me, figure out my next move on, especially getting all the way out here to Richmond, Virginia. It helped me find out place and time for everything.
Yeah.
And so I dropped the football shit and I really thought to myself, okay, the music has never disappeared. The love to create in this form with this matter never disappeared. So now where can I place that to gain the same focus I have here in Northwest, but take it to another level and be in a position where I can thrive overall? And
Facts.
so that helped me really like push into the next level of going to where I'm at and really compartmentalizing my thoughts. Because if you run around this bitch like a chicken with your head cut off, you're gonna be running forever. You ever seen a chicken with their head cut off?
Facts.
All they do is run. You're gonna have to
Yep.
wait till they die out. And I don't want to die out. You know what I mean? I want to keep running. I want to see where I'm going. I want to keep doing all the right things for myself and my future and my goals
Yep.
to really put everything in the right position, in the right place, and be, you know, where I'm supposed to be, divine timing in the right time. So that even helped my decision making. It
Yeah.
helped me decide even stronger. Because at first I was a little ignorant. I was a little ignorant with my decision making. Yeah, it was a, you know, I'm comfortable. I'm gonna sit with my decision. But sometimes you do have to listen to other people just to get insight,
Yep.
not to listen to them to change what you're doing, but to gain more information. Because the day you stop learning is the day you're gonna fail.
Facts.
So that definitely helped. You know what I mean? Just go to the next level and really keep seeing like, okay, this is how I should make this decision. You know, this person did this person did that. I like these information. This what fits for me, and just taking what I can and dishing what I don't need. You know what I mean? That's really how I got ahead. Really.
Like, and I'm glad you brought that up because I tell everybody, I even tell like Shakira and my parents is like
Mm.
Northwest was like I don't even know how I really got there if I'm being honest. But like the people that I got around, like first it was it was you and Joe and like I had my friend Blake. We played ping pong, whatever like that. But
Yeah,
it was mainly like you and Joe that like looked after me, especially that freshman year.
yeah.
Like but like Northwest was a foundational ground. I feel like for both of us, it's like I went from I remember when we would, I think I had that one homie where we would like hit him up because he had the key to the studio, so we would go late at night to pick up the
Yep.
studio key. Like I remember that, but like then after that, after you and Joe had left that freshman year, I was like, bro, I still need to get in the studio. I still need to make because I didn't have that equipment then. So like I was finding
Hmm.
any kind of way to get in that studio to make some beats until like 3 a.m. in order to get ready for my 8 a.m. class.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's just like I think I'm glad we both use that time to one develop our crafts and then take it to the
Mm.
next level. Because now like I remember, senior year, I was like, bro, I'm not trying to do this. Like I already got people I'm working with. I already got this.
Right.
And like people knocking on my door, can you turn the music down? I'm like, bro, like it's good. I know it is. Like you hear it's fire. But not like and I for everybody who doesn't know, Vail and I went to school together. We were adjacent. Like our rooms were adjacent to each other. And
Mhm.
one thing I remember is like every time I made beats, I would run to your room, be like, bro, what do you think about this? You'd be like,
Yeah.
nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. I'm like, bro, what? Like, what do you mean that's not it? But like you instilled that first step of uh perfection and like with like criticism and being like look at the details. I remember you putting me on so many albums like Life Apollo. You like listen to Kanye, listen to Kendrick, listen to Big Sean, listen to all these dudes and like study their production, bro. Like and now those are like humble. I remember when uh when Kendrick's album came out, like we were in that dorm bumping it. I remember that to this day. But I'm so with that, like your musical influences, and knowing that you told me all these dudes to listen to, who have you been listening to? Who were you listening to in order to develop your style?
um, Really, who I've been listening to, you know, one of the biggest impacts on me was probably Big Sean. You know what I mean? Like another Midwest guy. Like when you come from the Midwest, it's a certain type of feeling. It's a certain type of vibe. You know that. We
Yep.
don't have the vibe of Cali. We don't got the vibe of no coast, no South. All we got is flat, plain fucking corn. So you really got to get creative, you know?
Yeah.
And his creativity to bounce in and out of any sound really influenced me, and it really helped me like broaden up my rhyme scheme. So I did a lot of studying of Big Sean for a long time. And then let me see, it is 2022 now. I was saying like 2017, 2018, I caught a whiff of Smino. And I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
that's a hometown favorite. That's a hometown guy.
Yeah.
So I had no choice but to tune in. And that really helped me like hone in like my final piece. Like, okay, we listen to all these other guys, and it's like, how do I relate? Where do I fit in terms of, you don't try to look at yourself this way, but it happens. We're human. You compare.
Yeah.
So when I compare myself to Sean, I'm like, okay, only thing I see now besides a certain vibe is the hunger. Where do my St. Louis sound fit in music? And it was
Yeah.
hard to hear anything. Who the last motherfucker we heard? Nelly. The last thing I heard come out of St. Louis is I need two per. Bro, I was 10. You feel me? And so like, you know, I bumped a lot of since like 2017. And
Mm-hmm.
it really helped me hone in to like, okay, my accent fits somewhere. A lot
Yeah.
of people always talk to me like, yo, you got a funny accent. You saying the, you saying her, you saying were, her. Like it just is what it is, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that really influenced the music I got today. And where I'm at today with the music is more like where my soul lies. That's
Yeah.
why I would say I make music from the soul only. I don't care if I'm talking about my socks. I don't care if I'm talking about something somebody don't like about or something somebody don't like. It's all coming from the soul now. And that's the type of music I started to gravitate in this last 5 years and becoming a true adult while making music. Cause yeah, I'm a making music and shit like that, but I'm also becoming an adult. And so now I'm putting these perspectives, these viewpoints, these lessons into my music. And so that really helped. And then it really started pushing the envelope. I don't really listen to hard rap like that no more, man. I can't even lie to you, dog. I listen to like real heartfelt shit. So I
Yeah.
listen to Erica Badu's old music because I'm an adult now. I heard it as a child. Everybody can be like, yo, I love Erica. I never knew what the fuck she meant at 12 years old. I
Yeah.
didn't know what she meant at 15 years old. I was like, yo, this is fly. But I didn't know what she meant. And the more I tapped into myself and my soul, made me go back and listen to this soul type music.
Yeah.
So it brought, people like The Roots, Erica Badu, Solange,
Yep.
Cleo Soul. I really stopped listening to rap because I can rap any day. That's nothing. I can put a pen to a pad and bring the words out and find a pocket to sit in. But it's about how am I going to sit in it? What I'm going to
Yeah.
talk about? What do I want to share with the world? What am I feeling? What feeling do I want to share with someone else that they're possibly feeling as well?
Yep.
And so putting that all together really got me here today. So I really bumped a lot of like, what's the new terms for it? Lo-fi, soul-fi
Lo-fi.
type
Yeah.
music.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel me? Soul music and anything like that. Surprisingly, it's a lot of women artists.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, you got your Andre 3000 and all that, but it's a different time now, man. It's a different time. These niggas is hard. These niggas want to be hard. I'm not looking for hard, man. I'm looking for gentle. I'm looking for soul talk. I'm looking for soul touch. I can create the hard with those same words.
Yeah.
So whatever you take in is what you're gonna put out. So that's the type of music I really started taking in the beginning, and it went from that, young me of be humble, like yeah, fuck all this. I'm black. Fuck these white spaces. Fuck these unwelcoming spaces. Fuck any space that don't welcome me that I'm black. But I have to be a person beyond that.
Yeah.
I have to find myself beyond, like, okay, I'm unapologetically black. I'm unapologetically me. So now, what's next? I have to evolutionize.
Yeah.
And that's what opened the music I listen to today. So now it's just about soul and what I feel. And any artist, it don't even got to be mainstream. You can be a local guy. I don't care where you are. If you talk about some real low, not low, but high vibrational things and
Yeah.
things that really secure your soul and your mind and put away ego, I'm all for it. That's what influences me today.
I love that. Like being willing to go outside of your niche or your comfort zone and listen and
True.
pull from other genres. Like that's what I love so much about music, especially like I feel like if you hungry and you want to push the boundaries of music or just whatever you do, you
Mm-hmm.
got to look outside of what you're comfortable with. So yeah,
Right.
I'm listening to rock. Yeah, I'm listening to jazz. I'm listening to R&B. I'm listening to like some indie
Mm-hmm.
alternative stuff. so I can pull from it so it can influence my sound or influence my style overall.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if everybody using the same, you know, the same sounds, the same drum kits, the same beats, like we not moving, we not, you know, and everybody want to be so
Facts.
forward thinking, but if you pulling from the same places that everybody else is pulling from, we in the same
Mm-hmm.
place. So I love that. And you touched on a point I want to hit on next, being unapologetically black. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing like I always looked up to you. I never told you this, but like in college, that's what I always looked up to you for. It's like your confidence and you being unapologetically black was like it. Like I was like, bro, I
Wow.
want to be like that.
Wow.
So especially being in a white space, like I had that conflict in the middle of, you know, me being in Northwest. It's like I feel like I have to compromise myself to be in these white spaces in order to reach
Right.
success, or like I can't be Abram. But I think the more I'm going through my career and just, you know, if you don't rock with it, you don't rock with it. But I'm gonna be me, and I'm gonna be Abram, and I love being black.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested, like your journey, even outside Northwest, being in these creative spaces and being unapologetically black. Have you, you know, what were your experiences like with that?
Oh man, it was crazy. First of all, bro, that's crazy to hear that you even think that. So I'm grateful I could play the part like that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's
definitely.
touching. Um, the situations, like honestly, what helped me be unapologetically black is because I didn't know who I was growing up, bro. Like I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. Like, having a parent, one or two parents that's from another ethnic background.
Yeah.
No one outside of the black race sees it but the black race or the African American, whatever you want to call yourself, bro. Whatever, how you ever want to identify. I'm a real nigga. So outside of my niggas, everybody thought, he's just a regular black motherfucker. But
Yeah.
inside of my community, everybody's seen everything. Everybody's like, yo, your hair's different. You know, you dress different. You
Yeah.
act different. Even though I'm growing up in the same exact spaces as niggas.
Yeah.
I'm on the north side of St. Louis, fam. I'm over here by Fairground Park. You know what I mean? So what helped me solidify that is, they call it bullying, the term bullying or whatever.
Yeah.
We grew up different in a different time. I call it character carving. You know what I'm saying? So my character
I
was getting
love that.
carved the fuck out. You
Yeah.
feel me? And it was always something about me like I had to hurry up and love myself before I had an identity crisis. I had an identity crisis when I was young. I was like, who do I rep or where do I stand? Because my own people ain't accepting me. And then outside of my people, everybody looking at me like I'm my people, which I am my people. They looking
Yeah.
at me the way I was looking at me. So if I didn't hurry up and look at myself and think to myself like, yo, you a black man. You have black experiences. Everything about you is black. Love it. I would have died mentally years ago. So I was going in spaces like I used to do some work with the Fader. I used to do some work with them, Cornerstone Agency,
Yeah.
Guerrilla Marketing and everything. And I went to New York. I went to South by Southwest. In all these spaces, they were treating me weird. They were treating me like they couldn't identify me. So when I keep going out into the world, no matter what space I go into, everybody keep looking at me like, how do you identify this nigga? No problem. I'm gonna identify that shit for you. I'm a real nigga. Straight up. I'm black.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna run from it. I'm loud as hell. When we in company photos, I gotta throw up my fingers. Like I understand, like you might not like it, but it's who I am, man. It's part of the culture. It's part of how I grew up. I'm not gonna run away from who I am. It gave me my experiences. Like
Yeah.
I've experienced the best of both worlds. Going to white schools, being black was a headache. Being black
Oh,
was a headache. Like
yes.
Northwest, all that. It's a headache being black. So I just had to make sure, like, okay, be yourself. Be yourself. That's all I kept telling myself is be yourself. And who I was a black man. So I'm gonna let that reflect. I'm not gonna let that tear me down. I'm not gonna let that hurt my heart. And the biggest way I feel like I can love myself is by loving myself out loud, no matter the space. Because when you take that pride in yourself, someone is going to respect it. And if they don't, They gonna move around. You ain't meant to be here. You ain't meant to be in my space. I ain't meant to be in your space. That's cool. But I don't have to adjust myself to fit nowhere. I fit everywhere. We fit
Yeah.
everywhere, son. We invented everything.
Yeah.
Everything people are listening to, every beat they're making, every chord they're doing, every sample, little YouTube kids in fucking New Zealand, the UK, and all that. Yo, that come from us.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to be that. I'm happy as hell to be that. And so it was always important to push that envelope. Like, yeah, I'm exactly what you think I am. I'm a black man, period. Whatever negative connotation you want to add with that, do that. That's your opinion. That's your feelings. I don't control that shit. I control me. And what
Yeah.
I am is a loving black guy. So shit, you can look at me as somebody that's like, yo, this nigga can be mad loud or mad negative, or you gonna see me as just another black guy that love being black, man. You got to. You got to, man, you got to. In them type of situations right there, being in PWIs, these white spaces and all these different places where they're, how would I say it, curving their lingo, code switching. That shit never sat well with me, dog. I felt fake. I felt ingenuine. I felt not real when I go into a space and I'm like, hey, how's it going, guys? I'm just sitting. No, that shit don't sound cool to me. That shit don't feel cool to me. I like coming in, be like, what's good? I'm Vail. Nice to meet you. We're gonna get it cracking. We're gonna get the job done. And I don't have to change who I am in order to do a job. Because you know, like I know, like anybody know, your views on YouTube or Instagram or your work, it don't got no ethnicity. It's a number. Can I
Yep.
provide that number? I can provide that number. So once I found out my blackness doesn't affect any true outcome of success, I was able to wipe my hand clean of the bullshit and really learn like, yeah, this I'm gonna keep going into a room exactly how I want to go into a room. I'm gonna keep going in super black and being
Yes.
me. I'm not even thinking about being black. If you're
Yeah.
thinking about being black, then you got some more soul searching to do. You just go in and be you. And whoever you are is gonna shine through and people gonna like it, they're gonna love it, or they gonna hate it. It ain't your problem. You know what I mean?
No, I love that. And like that's dude, you just brought up so many gems. Like I think that's the code switching piece. That's something I've been learning a lot. It's like code switching is tiring. And I've
Mm-hmm.
learned to just like recently, especially at the towards the end of last year and moving into this year, like something I'm just throwing out the window. Yeah, I'm gonna come in, say what's good. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be in my hoodie. And I can, and mind you, like I can be black and be intelligent. Like, and I think that's the
Mm-hmm.
disconnect, especially I see in the corporate world. Is like, oh my gosh, you speak so well. Well, what do you think, bro? Like, like what do you like? I got my degree. I got like, and I'm smart as a mug.
Fact.
I don't have to seek your validation or name drop all this shit for you to know that I'm intelligent or I wouldn't even say worthy, but I'm better for the job than most. But another thing I'm glad that you brought up is like I feel like being black in these white spaces is an advantage because we have culture on our side. Like as you said, we created
Yeah.
everything for real. Like we have the
For
swag, we
real.
have the music, we have the art, and I think that's one thing. Especially, we've had conversations like marketing, and I feel like we see it with music and with TikTok, social media. Now it's like
Mm-hmm.
you can you can replicate culture as much as you want, but if you're not in culture, if you're not a part of the culture, you don't. It's gonna fail. It's not. It's gonna flop.
Facts.
And like that's one thing where I go into a room and be like, yeah, I can do something that all these white people can do. But the one thing I have is culture. I can reference culture and I can like
Mm-hmm.
I know my I know that being black and having those experiences mesh into it to where it's authentic. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's this fuck JID, I think, or Jid, he had this line,
Yeah.
everybody want to be a nigga until it's time to be a nigga. Like that's especially being a creative, we everybody wants black culture, but ain't nobody want to deal with
Mm-hmm.
outside of reaping the benefits of being a black creative, or outside of being a creative that takes away from black culture. You don't want to deal with the everything else that come with us.
Mm-hmm.
So now, dude, like I absolutely love that. I think going through Northwest, like those last couple years, especially my senior year. I was like, bro, like they did a interview with me like as I was exiting, I was leaving, and they were like, well, what do you want to do? What do you, it was like they put it on the Northwest
Right.
page and everything like that. I was like, bro, this is what I want to do. I have this content. I'm gonna move with this content, and like I'm gonna work with some really dope people. They're like, are you sure you want to say
Yeah.
that? Because we got your degree, and like, yeah, I got my audio engineering degree. I got my marketing degree, but that's only gonna help me to get to where I want to be. Like, I'm gonna work for
Right.
myself. I'm gonna work with amazing entrepreneurs and black creatives and black
Mm-hmm.
artists that are already underrepresented in itself, and I'm gonna help them get their money. I'm gonna help them boss up because I can do it for the white
Yeah.
man every day, but it's not gonna. It's just gonna soul suck away from me. It's gonna take away from my purpose and my
Right.
goal. So, dude, I love that. Oh my gosh, you brought up so many gems, dude. So I'm what's to come? What's next? What's your plans for 2022? You got anything big happening? Just tell
Oh
us what's
man.
going on.
For 2022, what we got, man, is just content. For a lot of people don't know, I look at your page a lot. People haven't seen like the depths of where you came from. So like at one point, y'all listen, at one point my man's wasn't posting. He was just working. You know what I'm saying? Like it was real slow. It was real. My man used to be like, yo, should I? And then he started dropping. And I was so thankful to know you and see you because I was able to learn what consistency looks like. Everybody know what consistency is. We can talk consistency all day, but it's can you see it in the average everyday person? Not a fucking superstar at the next level, whereas somebody's doing the form nonstop.
Yeah.
People got to build up themselves. So seeing you is like, you know what I'm saying? Really, at the end of last year, the end of last and beginning of this year helped me make my mind and be like, okay, 2022 is about content drop. It don't matter what the fuck it is. So
Yep.
in 2022, that's what we got coming is content drop. I don't have a fucking scheme on this sound, that sound. I'm gonna focus on it. No, I'm focusing on dropping. Period. Behind the scene videos of anything I do, music videos to freestyles or actual songs, dropping more songs, um, dropping, content that relates to anything I do, putting out merch. So 2022 is making sure the content is there because you have no brand, you have no career, you have nothing without content. Even if it's subpar, you want that out there. You want
Yep.
the people to see your progression. You want people to see like, yo, you came a long way. People don't even know you. How long you been working? Like damn, 5 years?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before motherfuckers really like tuned in, like, yo, what you doing? Like, consistency. So that's what I want to build is that content consistency. I can have the consistency of writing all day. That's a waste of time. People like, yo, keep your pen game sharp. Of course. Of course, I'm gonna keep writing every day, but am I gonna keep dropping every day? Am I gonna drop a reel? It don't matter what it is. A reel that's related to my music, um, video related to my music, and anything in my day to day, anything that helps me grow as a person. So content, 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 content. That's what we got coming this year, 2022, man.
Dude,
All type of content,
I'm glad that you brought that up. It's like that's one thing. The consistency is easy. You can bring up consistency all day. But like
all
consistency
day.
is the days where I don't feel like doing it, I'm gonna do it anyway. Like
Yes, sir.
there's so many days I don't want to do a bass video. But like so
Yeah.
many weeks I don't want to do a bass video. I don't want to drop this, but like it's consistency. And like I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing when you keep on putting out, like there are definitely days where like I'll be thinking, am I doing this for no reason? Like, I'm not getting the numbers. I'm not up there
Right.
viral. But like the opportunities that have come from like the random DMs I've gotten was like, bro, I've been seeing your content. Like, I might not
Yeah.
interact with it, but you doing something different. Okay, cool.
Right.
But it's also like, it's building that skill that you don't know you build
Mm-hmm.
until you need it. Like the
That's
video
fact.
editing, the coming up with the ideas on the spot, like figuring out like how to create multiple pieces of authentic content around everything that you do. If I can create something about just me talking, if I can create something around music and bass, I can create something about interviewing
Right.
black creatives, like that's showing Abram. Like I tell like clients that I work with, my goal is to not make you viral. because virality does not do anything for you at the end of the day. It might bring you a
Nah,
little business
nah.
here and there, but like at the ultimate, your ultimate goal is to build a community with your content. People rock with you. That means they,
Facts.
especially if your content is authentic, they rock with you as a person. So like, oh
Yep.
dang, I can chill with Vail and feel the exact same way as if I'm looking through his Instagram page and more, because he authentic. He
Mm-hmm.
unapologetically him. So I think that's we live in a time where everything's supposed to be quick. Everything. If I post a YouTube video today, it needs to
Microwave.
go viral, bro. It's not like that. Like you ain't need to go viral
Nah.
today, because like if we're being honest, if you went viral today, you would not know how to handle it. Like if one of you, like you started posting
Hello.
videos and one of your videos you wouldn't know what would you do next. But if you build that
Yeah.
consistency, you go viral. I've already been in this zone for 5+ years. I'm just gonna keep on going. It's only that virality is only gonna
Yeah.
benefit me. So no, dude, I'm glad you brought that up. I love that you putting out content. I've been seeing the things that you putting out, and I love it. Like,
Man,
especially
love.
because it's your own style. You ain't trying to rep off of somebody else's, but you using all the
Mm-hmm.
influences around you to be like,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I do, and I'm a rep it. I love that, dude. I love it.
I mean,
Oh
I
my
appreciate
gosh,
it, son. Facts.
definitely,
Vice versa, bro.
definitely. So, yeah, dude, I uh appreciate this interview, especially with another Black creator that I look up to like a lot. Thank you for having us on another episode of Black Pantheon.